Welcome to the Witcher Lorecast, the show that explores the vast lore behind the Witcher games, show, and books. Witchers, welcome back to the Witcher Lorecast. This is your host, Tom, or Robots, and I'm here with my good host, buddy, the toaster of masters, the Toastmaster himself, Toasty.
The toaster of masters?
Yeah, I mean, I'm at this point, I'm just grasping for whatever other variation.
I'm just going around
I can come up
toasting various masters of things.
Yes.
Okay.
You are the toaster of the masters, the master of the toasters.
Yes, I am indeed a mass murderer. It is true.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Oh, man. Wow. This got real dark.
Serial killer, right? I know.
Woo! This got real dark real fast. How's it going, buddy? How you doing?
Doing good.
Yeah, man.
It's been a good week. Been an interesting week.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited because we've got our patrons here with us this week. It is the end of the month again already. It feels like these come very quick, and we've got some of our favorite other Witcher / magic-y friends / I don't know if any of you guys are bards. I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, okay, if Toasty is now a Witcher because he's got the hair and everything, and I mean Ben of Temeria is clearly a Witcher, and we've talked about this with some of our patrons before. Like, am I a Witcher? No. Am I?
Crow's a Witcher.
Crow's a Witcher. Crow's here with us. We're going to announce everybody in a second. But like, what am I? You know what, Toasty? I guess I'm a bard. I'm not really a mage. I think I'm a bard.
I mean, you like actually are a musician, right? So
I am a musician. I've done that. I did that professionally for a while. So yeah, I guess I'm kind of, we'll get into it later. But anyway,
tell stories to the masses.
I tell stories. I'm a storyteller and a musician. Yeah, I guess I'm a bard. All right. But let's welcome everybody on board. We've got Ben of Temeria back. Speaking of Witchers, Ben, welcome. How's it going?
It is going good.
Yeah, man. I saw you earlier today. I was streaming some games and you popped in and I was like, oh yeah, there's Ben. He's doing his thing.
It's the best time, like watching your streams while I work. It's great. It makes work go so much faster.
That's awesome. It's awesome to have a job where you can actually like watch video game streams while you work. That's so cool.
Yes.
But yeah, welcome back. We've got Crow joining us again. Crow, welcome.
Hello.
How's it going, buddy?
It's going. Cool. I just ate, but I'm still hungry.
Funny how that works sometimes. And then we also have Genesis joining us with her familiar. Genesis, our sorceress, and her familiar.
Yes, the familiar Maya is in my lap right where she belongs while I'm trying to record a podcast.
Is she secretly,
what she likes to do.
Is she secretly a person in the guise of a cat?
She very well could be. She knows exactly when to not be around. So that's when she loves to enter the room or jump on the bed or do all the things that, a petulant little 3-year-old would do.
It's funny that you mentioned a bed and when you wouldn't want her to be at rest. And then we also...
No. That is not what I meant. In like, it's 4:00 in the morning. And so I'm asleep. So let's try and wake up mom right now.
Sleeping on a bed.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Gotcha. All right. And then we also have Joker joining us. Joker, welcome back.
Hi,
Joker. Joker, which are you? A Witcher?
I'm probably monster food.
Oh, okay. That wasn't one of the options I was considering, but yeah.
There is no way I'm surviving any of it.
I think Bard and monster food are synonymous. Like, if you really think about it, like the magic users, mages, sorcerers, whatever, and then the Witchers are the most likely to survive. The bards are down at the bottom of the list. It's monster food. So maybe you're a bard like me.
I mean, if I could sing or play any instrument, maybe.
Maybe you could tell stories. Do you tell stories?
Probably.
Okay. Yeah, but you could be like a storyteller bard. You could be like a slam poet.
I could do that, I guess. I'd still probably get eaten, though.
Yeah, there you go. You and me, we're going to be first to be eaten. But welcome back, everybody. This is going to be fun because today's episode, we are talking about the big announcement from CDPR about the new Witcher game that they're working on. And there's very little information out there other than the confirmation that Toasty was right again. Toasty's corkboard with his string and wire and thread and whatever else he's got up on that corkboard about the image that they put out actually being a lynx, and that it is a new school of new Witchers or something, right? They've confirmed new Witcher school, and it's a Lynx. So maybe this is inspired by that post on the internet that Toasty found. So we thought, you know what? We're going to gather the greatest minds in the community together, our patrons, and we're going to find out what they are predicting this game will be about. So who would like to start? Who has some solid predictions here for the next Witcher game? We've concluded Geralt's story, and that part I think is pretty clear. That's another thing they've said. They've said, like, Geralt's story is done. This next phase will be a new story. So what do you think they're going to be talking about? Ben, do you want to kick us off?
Sure. With like Geralt's story being done, I highly believe we will not play Ciri because her story could go on, but primarily her story was wrapped up in Witcher 3 with her destiny fulfilled, stopping the White Frost. Plus, if this is a sequel to Witcher 3, they would have to canonize one of those game endings. So,
well, even if the story is after The Witcher 3, they're going to have to canonize some sort of game ending.
I think they're going to canonize an ending.
Right.
Like,
you think so?
Choose one.
Personally, I think this new Witcher game might be before even any of Geralt's story.
You think it's going to be a prequel? Oh, okay.
I think it's going to be a prequel.
Okay, Crow.
Especially with how there's going to be more monsters that you're going to have to fight.
Interesting. Crow, you seem to have some feelings about this.
Yeah, I actually have a thought about that. Just not to interrupt, but the way that I think it could be still a sequel, like not a prequel before all the other games, is at the end of The Witcher 3, whenever Ciri's doing her destiny and everything, despite what ending you get and what ending they canonize, there was still that massive storm of like all the monsters and stuff coming through.
True, we do get a second conjunction.
So yeah, it could just be like a revitalization where like you guys, I think we were talking in Discord about how they could possibly like merge you guys mentioned it in your last podcast, but how like they could merge the cat and the wolf school to get the links, and like Lambert could be a part of it, and they could like figure out how to redo the Witcher mutagen.
Okay, so let's do first of all, we have Mighty Talos here joining us, jumping in a little bit late. Mighty Talos, welcome. How's it going?
Thank you. I'm fine. I'm doing fantastic.
Welcome to the show. Yeah, this is your first time joining us here, and we're discussing the potential new Witcher game and what our predictions are for this new Witcher game, because it's coming out sometime in the next few years. But we do know that CDPR is working on it, and just now Ben put forth this theory that the next game will be a prequel. And so now we're debating this prequel or sequel to the current set of Witcher games. And okay, so show of hands or just, comments, I guess. Who thinks that this is more likely to be a prequel? So Ben thinks it's a prequel. Does anyone else think it's going to be a prequel? Joker, do you think it's going to be a prequel? Anyone else think it's going to be a prequel? So it looks like Ben.
I'm going sequel all the way.
Sequel. Everyone else thinks it's going to be a sequel.
And once I'm right, you will all know it.
So everyone else thinks this is going to be a sequel. Ben's off on his own on this one.
The thing about it being a prequel is that you kind of have to break lore in order to make this happen. Like,
that's true.
If they want it to be on the continents and like the School of the Lynx, there's no mention of the School of the Lynx in the past, and
through of the countries that we know of during The Witcher. So I mean, my theory, like, we're not going to be in any of the countries that we know from The Witcher 1 through 3 in the books.
So we're
we're doing a completely different like country to. If you look on the map, it's to the
west.
East.
East.
We're going to move
There's
east
There's both, I think.
or south, because if you go west,
Or
it's
south.
the ocean, right? If you go north, it's like ice. If you go east, there's more land that way that we don't know much about. And if
There's
you go
mostly
south,
desert.
it seems like there's desert, but there could be something beyond the desert, right? And if you go south, it seems like there might be some more landmass south, but we don't know much about it.
I feel like it's definitely going to be a prequel with them showing more of the world that we don't know.
Interesting. Okay. So
Okay.
because
Well,
theoretically, Nilfgaard could own land beyond the edges of the map that we don't know about, which could be
So I
interesting. Jen?
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if I can get on the idea of a prequel, but the idea of a concurrent storyline that is taking place while Geralt and Ciri are off doing their thing, but in a different part of the world. Vesemir could have reached out to other Witcher schools in other areas, and these are the Witchers who are trying to get back to help out. They just don't make it in time. Or there's the other schools that we have heard about in the books, but never saw any of their Witchers. It could be those storylines just in another country and happening at the same time of the games that we played through.
Interesting. Yeah, because the world could be a bigger place and we just don't know about other places yet.
And then you wouldn't have to canonize any ending,
Right.
because it hasn't happened yet.
Right. I mean, this could be like we could have experienced so far the the Westeros side of the story, and there could be ASOS. If we were talking like Game of Thrones type stuff, right? There could be this whole other part of things going on somewhere else. Okay, who thinks this is going to be like a direct sequel? This is going to be like they're going to wrap up, they're going to canonize an ending, and then this is going to be other stuff that happens directly after it. Toasty's raising his hand. Mighty Talos, you think so? You think so too? Crow, Joker, what do you think? Are you on board with the sequel idea, or what do you think?
I don't really know. My ideal hope would be that it'd be like in Dragon Age Inquisition, where you could edit a world state, and so that way you have all these different choices and outcomes and the way the entire game could change.
Okay, interesting. So so where do you think that fits in the current timeline with the other games?
I'm not sure. Like, I'm trying to not have a serious idea about it, because I just want to be surprised by everything.
Right, you're just kind of open to whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotcha. Talos, what do you think?
You caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting to talk all of a sudden, but
Well, just off the top of your head, what would you prefer in the next game? Would you prefer to see stuff before the other games that we have? Would you prefer to see stuff after the storyline?
I'd like a new story, basically, new locations, because I like new things. It's sorry for the language barrier.
Oh, you're fine. You're doing great.
Yeah. So completely new everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's an interesting idea. I like that we have a lot of variety in these thoughts, and whatever they do, I'm sure it's going to be cool, right? It's just who knows at this point. Okay, what about when it comes to the school? We know it's going to be the school of the Lynx. We know that much. It's a brand new school we've never heard about. We know that much. Who has some thoughts on this? Who wants to share? Jen?
Yeah. So we've seen one picture so far, and that's all that we've seen.
Mm-hmm.
What if it was a little bit more of a player creation where you get to pick your school?
Oh, so this is just a school option, and there could be more than just this. Oh, that's an idea.
What if in my head I'm more of a bear than I am a lynx, and so therefore if I have to go School of the Lynx route, I'm going to be like, meh, I'm not happy.
I don't want to be a kitty cat. I'm a bear.
Exactly.
I don't want to be a bear. I'm a kangaroo. School of the Kangaroo.
School of the Kangaroo.
Crow had his hand up. What did you want to add in?
Yeah, I mean, that'd be really cool. And there's always going to be that little hope for it. But I feel like if they were going to do something like that, they may have released a picture of like a couple of medallions instead of just the Lynx one, especially with the Lynx being a new one. Mm-hmm. I feel like it is a little bit like more likely that it's just going to be the Lynx school.
Yeah. Margaret in chat says, what if the Lynx school are the baddies you fight against?
Ooh.
That's interesting. What if they're like corrupted witchers? Like what if they're enemies?
Like the cat school.
Like, like a group of witchers like the cat school ended up, with the wolves. That could be interesting too. Now I have a theory here that CDPR's track record is they tend to tell stories that kind of railroad you into certain events and certain characters that you run into and things. And, think about the story for Cyberpunk 2077 or the stories for the Witcher games. If they were to create a storyline that allowed you that much diversity in not only how you design your character, but also which school you pick, they'd have to create a very open-ended story. And they typically haven't done that yet. It's not that they couldn't, they just haven't done it yet. So I would be very surprised if they did. I think it would be very cool if they did, but I also would be very surprised. So I don't know. I don't see it to be as likely of an option, but it would be a really cool thing. Anyway, any other thoughts on the Lynx school? Anything else? Ben?
Just hit my mind. So in the picture we get, it's all covered in snow. Mm-hmm. What if the school is located north? Because we don't see anything up there. Or it could be towards the west in the past the Blue Mountains, because there's a bunch of snow by the Blue Mountains.
Right. The continent kind of goes north and west as it moves up the coastline. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Could be.
So what if you started up it's just a pitch black screen and it slowly fades in and you're in the back of a carriage.
You're finally awake.
And you hear a strange voice, you're finally awake. And then it says Witcher 4 by Todd Howard.
Skyrim. Witcher 4 God. Skyrim edition.
I will cry.
I think CDPR might as well just retire the name if they did that,
Witcher 4 Skyrim edition by Microsoft and Bethesda.
It would be.
Yeah. Oh man. So what do you think about the likelihood of being able to design a male and or female Witcher in this next game?
Oh yeah. I think it's a major possibility, especially with the mobile game. The fact that you were able to pick either a male or a female Witcher in the mobile version of it, It would be a huge disservice to the fans if they took that back and took that characterization, customization away.
Yeah, you think that would be a big step backwards, wouldn't it? Mm-hmm. It's true.
You gave it to me once, and now you're going to take it away?
Yeah. That's true. All right, so here's a fun question. This would be, other than the mobile game, in like a mainline Witcher game, the first time you get to design a Witcher character. I want you guys thinking about this. How are you designing your Witcher character? If you have all the options in the world, male, female, maybe other, maybe there's other options, right? Maybe it's not just binary. Non-binary. You have different age options. You have different hairstyles. You have different eye colors, right? You've got different eye variations, cat eyes or whatever. All of these different variations. I want to get descriptions of your first character that you build. So be thinking about this. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to do our mid break. And when we come back, I want each of you to paint a portrait in all of our minds, our listeners' minds, everybody's minds, of the first character that you are going to play as. And then give me their name too. I want a Witcher name for the first character you build. Cool? All right, we'll be right back. We're going to do our mid break. Don't go anywhere.
Very well. Let us get this over with. Something has infested my vineyard.
Mm-hmm. Great. Let me go prepare my something oil then.
All right, here we are in the middle of the show. This is going to be quick. Well, thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I hope you guys are having a good episode. I would love to hear some of your thoughts on the next Witcher game. So come join us on the Robots Radio Discord and tell us your thoughts on this. Tell us about the way you would design your Witcher characters. Also, I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Also, this is the part of the show where we get to thank our patrons like these guys and our tier 5 patrons, including Bane the Hospitaller. I probably messed that up. And Ben of Temeria.
He put in the Discord. We can just call him Bane the Hospital Dude.
The Hospital Dude. Kept messing it up. So Bane and Ben and all the rest, all 14 of our other patrons, including these guys. And thank you to everybody else who helped support the show. We don't have any new reviews this week, but if you'd like to help us out, then you can either sign up on the Patreon at patreon.com/Witcher Lorecast, or you can leave us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts, or leave us a rating on Spotify. And you listen to this part of the show all the time. I'm going to get back to the good stuff, though, because we're going to hear about all these cool Witcher designs. So let's just get back to it. Thanks for tuning in. Here we go.
You smell of death and destiny, heroics and heartbreak.
It's onion.
Right, yeah.
Margaret in chat says, I already have a hard time character creating. Yeah, this is that's the best part of any RPG, though, right? Like when you get to design your character. You know how when you boot up the game and you take like an hour designing your character before you even do anything, and the first thing you do is you put on a helmet, and then you never see your character's face for like the next 10 hours until you take the helmet out and you're like, oh yeah, that's what my character looks like. All right, who's got a real clear idea? Who would like to go first? All right, Crow's got an idea here.
Well, I mean, it's kind of the same idea as all my RPGs. If I'm able to customize, I always try and make it look as close to me as I can.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe a little bit longer hair than I have right now.
Okay, so let's describe yourself for people at home, and you'd be like, "Oh, I'm the most handsome man in the world." And so you fair skin, right?
I'm sorry,
Caucasian.
You can't make that claim. Henry Cavill still exists.
Imagine great value Henry Cavill.
Great value Henry Cavill. Nice.
Then you got a pretty good description.
Okay. Do you keep the brown hair, or do you go with like a different color?
I usually go, about this, if not just a tiny bit darker.
Okay, so slightly darker brown hair.
Yeah, don't want to. I didn't get the extra mutagens, so I don't get to have the white hair.
Okay, all right. And it's longer? Are we talking like jaw length hair? Are we talking like down to your chin?
Thinking about because what I'm trying to do now, probably around down to like my jaw or my chin. Mm-hmm. I gotta figure out how to get that past my school, but
well, you're in a Witcher school now, so I don't think they have rules like that.
There you go.
Yeah.
No, probably something similar to my favorite hairstyle on The Witcher 3, which is like the short on the sides, but the ponytail in the back.
Okay. So buzzed on the sides, ponytail. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
So probably something like that, and then like some light armor. Although I do like metal gauntlets.
Okay.
Like that armor.
Got to protect the hands. All right. What about the eyes?
That is probably like orange, like mine. Orange-ish yellow.
Okay.
Like because that's something I like the Witcher game eyes where they're like somewhat cat eyes,
mm-hmm.
but I don't know. I just kind of lean more towards the Netflix version where like they're still human-esque,
more human.
Yeah, just different colored. And then his name will probably be Crow Roger Eric Duhalt Belgard.
Yes. All right. Yeah. Perfect. I was hoping somebody would go with one of those variations. Awesome. All right. So that's Crow's Witcher. Who would like to go next? All right, Ben. Ben is up.
There we go. Unmute. So, like Crow, I like, especially being a Witcher cosplayer with my own character, I would put myself into the game. So like fair skin, dark brown hair, short hair.
Facial hair? Are you going to do facial? Because you.
Oh yeah.
For anybody who isn't watching, you've got, but it's like a trim beard. Like it's short.
Yeah, it's a trim beard.
Right.
Yep, trim beard. I would do the cat-like eyes from the Witcher games, like that Geralt has. And then I would actually have, be on this side, a claw mark scar.
Oh, like three,
right here.
Like three claws?
Like 3 claws, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So when I cosplay, I actually have scar makeup on my cheek, because I carry around a decapitated werewolf head.
Oh, nice.
So I use that and like, oh yeah, I got hit by the werewolf claws.
Yeah, freaking werewolf. Nice.
And I, with armor, I mean, it's just like, if anybody goes on the Discord, you can find my picture on there somewhere.
Right. Is your hair going to be short, like you wear it in real life, or are you going to have longer hair?
It'll be like short, like in real life.
You keep it out of the way so it doesn't get.
Oh yeah.
You know, you don't want your enemies to be able to like hold on to it.
Nope.
Stuff. Yeah. I got you. Okay. All right. I got this. What color are your eyes?
I would say the yellow like eyes and like from the Witcher games.
Okay, yellowish. Cool. All right, who wants to go next? Nobody's jumping in. Oh,
I can go next.
All right, Joker. Let us paint a picture for us.
So I would probably go directly opposite of like putting myself in the game. I'd make an entirely new. I imagine my Witcher would be all limbs, like tiny, scrawny, skinny, very like quick, nimble.
Are we going? We're going female. You said she, so
definitely female.
Okay, because you said totally opposite, so I didn't know if it was male or female.
No.
But, okay.
But I like character. I prefer characters sometimes when I'm playing them that are like all of her stats would be in dexterity and charisma. No brains, no.
Okay.
Just like fearless and stupid, and
nice.
Probably covered in scars. Just very dumb. I love dumb characters.
That's wonderful. So what would her face look like? What would talk about her hair and her face like?
Well, I have longer hair with a shaved side, but I imagine hers would be like close cropped. That gets in the way otherwise.
Okay.
Should be entirely practical. Nothing fancy or anything. Probably like she'd have no like sentimental objects or anything. She'd just be here to do what she's supposed to do.
Just all matter of fact. I'm just here to slay the monster. Out of my way.
Basically always the sarcastic responses. Like those are the most fun.
I like it. Okay, what about the eyes?
I don't know. Probably the one that looks most like otherworldly, so she'd be the weirdest person in the room.
Like you look her directly in the eyes and you kind of like, oh, weird. Okay, can't look at you very long. Yeah.
The one that absolutely looks like a main character. Like she just doesn't look like anybody else.
Got it. Nice. All right. Very cool. All right, we've got Jen and we've got Mighty Talos. Which of you, Jen, you want to go?
All right.
All right. Let's get this over with.
Let's bust out the Witchers.
We didn't get names. I'm sorry. We didn't get names for Ben or for Joker. Ben, what was the name? Sorry to jump in here, but we got to knock these out before we get going too far. Ben?
Obviously Ben of Temeria.
You're just going to name him after yourself?
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. And Joker, what would you name yours?
I kind of envisioned her as like, I don't know, maybe like Hamlin or something to like play. I like in The Witcher when they like base things off of like fairy tales and stuff to base off like the Pied Piper of Hamlin.
Oh, okay. Oh, you could name her like Piper of Hamlin. No, maybe.
No.
Okay. Yeah, just flat out no, Tom. That's a bad idea. Okay. Well, all right, Hamlin then. It's your character. That's fine. Not my character. Cool. Got it. All right, Jen, go for it.
Yeah, just like Joker, I've never tried to make any of my playable characters look like me.
Mm-hmm.
I have to be me 24/7. I'd rather go be somebody else in a video game. So
Sure, yeah.
The way that I've seen it is like in my head when you said, "What does your Witcher look like?" Instantly, this tall woman stood in front of me with long black hair, like down to her waist, but it was braided, so that way it just fell down her back.
Uh-huh.
These piercing blue eyes were staring at me, but they almost had a goat-like shape to them, which
Like double,
I don't,
whoa, like double pupils, like the sideways, like two next to each other with they go like dumbbells almost.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
creepy.
weird.
I don't like it,
Ooh,
but that's what I saw. She's got the two swords, but they're thinner and very, very agile. Like I see her being a dex master, and that's what it is. Full leather. It's dark, not black, but not like a dirty brown either, somewhere in between.
Mm-hmm.
And pants. She's wearing pants. That's the biggest thing for me.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I would imagine if you're hunting monsters, you probably want to wear pants.
Yeah.
It's probably a good idea. Cool. All right. Does she have a name? Also Ben of Temeria.
Also Ben of Temeria. I don't have a name yet. I have to think on that one.
Okay.
Because she's not Jen.
Yeah.
She's not Genesis. She's somebody else.
Uh-huh.
Leaning more towards like a Katya.
Okay. Is she from a specific place? Is she like of somewhere? Like so many
on the continent?
Yeah, like so many
No.
characters in this world have like an of somewhere, right? Or she just doesn't. She's that mysterious.
She just doesn't.
Yeah.
She's Katya of Ask Again.
Of
See
nowhere.
what happens.
Of none of your business.
There you go. Katya of None Your Business.
Copy of Get Out of My Face. I like it. I like it. All right. Cool. Mighty Talos. Tell us about your Witcher.
Yeah. I'll probably just, do a character that looks the most to Guts from Berserker, which is a manga, if you don't know. And, short black hair, battle scarred, ready to destroy pretty much any monsters that comes in his way, just like a sorcerer would do.
Okay.
In most sword and medieval type of games, I usually do that because I think it's a badass character.
Yeah, and this is a male character.
Yeah. And I'll name him Guts too, just like the manga.
Okay. What about the eyes? What we got? Black hair and what color eyes?
I haven't watched the anime. I only read the manga. So
what would you imagine? What would you imagine them to be?
I'd put probably the same color eyes as mine. Blue eyes.
Blue eyes. And are they cat-like? Or are they more human-like? Are they goat-like?
More human. More human-like.
More human.
More human-like. Yeah.
Cool. Facial hair? Is there facial hair or is it clean shaven?
No, he's clean shaved. He doesn't have any hair on his face. And yeah.
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
I like it. Toasty, do you have a Witcher design? I know you do.
So I think I'm setting a precedent here, because I typically prefer to play female characters.
I knew you were going to say that. Yes.
So, and just a fantasy thing that I appreciate, like at least whenever, like when I've done characters like this in D&D and stuff, is like a really tall, really buff woman.
Wow. Like an Amazonian.
Probably not quite that tall, but
Okay.
but yes. So essentially, that's the idea.
Like a barbarian.
I just really like white hair, so I'd probably have white hair. Probably braided. It's going to be long. It's not short. It's long hair, but it's braided to try and stay out of the way. I'm trying to think, what other details do I have? I think I'll go with the typical cat eyes because it's really just nostalgic to have cat eyes. I'm thinking probably half elf or elven because that's I'm wondering if we'll have that option. If we do, that'd be cool.
That would be cool.
It'd be really cool, and I hope so. Names, I have no idea because I'm not good with names. But if I was able to be an elf, I think I'd want to pick one of like the elven, like something of Dol Blathana or something that would be cool. Like, kind of a new thing. But yeah, I'm unsure if we'll have like the elf option. I hope so, but we'll see.
Yeah, that would be really cool. I think, heck, what if you even could be a dwarf? That would be freaking amazing.
Oh, and tons of scars.
And tons of scars.
Yeah, tons of scars.
Yeah, yeah. Crow, you want to chime in with something?
Yeah, actually, something I forgot, and I might send a picture in the Discord because I don't think my laptop camera can pick it up. But over my left eye, I do actually have a small, like, actual scar.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Witchers do, except mine curves to the go right underneath my eyebrow.
Yeah,
so
from a werewolf
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, from a werewolf.
They typically have like bigger versions that go like kind of across the whole eye. Probably be close.
Yeah, whenever I was fighting the werewolf, I accidentally grabbed my steel sword, not the silver, because I was kind of new. But
rookie mistake.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, okay. It was like my second hunt. I was a little worried and like nervous, and I just grabbed a handle. Like,
it happens.
Yeah. No, you can't really see it, but I do got. It's noticeable, like scar right there, and so I'd probably try and at least get something like that. And I've got a couple of scars on my body that, if they allowed me to customize like that, I would.
Yeah, have that stuff in. So my character, I would go. I like Toasty. Often will play a female character in a role playing game before I will play a male character, because like some of you have said, I enjoy role playing as somebody other than myself in order to try to see things differently. And my character would probably be very dark hair. Typically I'll do very, very pale skin, but very dark hair. And so because of the striking contrast of that, and then, green eyes, like striking green eyes, green cat eyes, but like short cropped hair for a woman. So like maybe just like, not much past the jawline kind of. And then, but could be tied up, when need to be. And then, but she's kind of a petite, not short, but kind of not tall either, kind of medium sized person. And, typically when I do that kind of character design in an RPG, years ago was inspired one day. So back in college, I bought one of my early guitars that I bought. That's one of my favorite guitars I've owned, is a Gibson guitar. It's called a Gibson Smartwood, and it was a limited edition guitar. And it's like a Les Paul, but it's thinner. And it's made out of this line of guitars is made out of specific types of wood from different types of trees. Mine happens to be like koa wood from Hawaii. And one day it just occurred to me that the name Gibson would be a really cool name for a girl. And I was like, that's a cool name, Gibson. And then I was like, I should make my name for this character Gibson Smartwood. And I was like, that sounds like a cool name for a character. So I would name her Gibson Smartwood. That would be my character's name. So that would be my Witcher, the first playthrough. So that's what I would do. So let's see. Anybody else have any theories here? I know we've kind of gone off for character builds and things like that. What about for the rest of the game? What do you think this game is going to deal with? Do you think that there's going to be Obviously, there's going to be monsters to hunt. There's going to be that kind of stuff. We've dealt with the main plot lines for the Witcher game so far have been based around the books. They've been based around the whole Geralt, Ciri, Yen relationship stuff, the wild hunts. We've kind of covered a lot of that stuff in the main games, the political stuff on the continent. Do you have any thoughts about like where they're going to go with the main plot? Crow?
So I'm still going to stick with my theory about like the second conjunction, or like third or fourth or whichever one it is now, that Ciri caused. Mm-hmm. And I think it's going to be a lot about trying to like get the Witcher school up and going, and like discovering the new, like there might be new monsters and stuff. Something else I was going to add in real quick, and I doubt that they do it, but one of my favorite intros to a game that I think would be really cool for them to do is somewhat like the Fallout 3 intro, where like maybe you have just a quick little intro mission as like a kid or something, and then
like that's like your tutorial like section.
Yeah. And then like
you just get thrown into a swamp full of wraiths and you have to run and make sure you don't die.
I was gonna say like
best time.
Jump over the tree, use spacebar or A.
It's just the Halo Reach objective just says survive.
Right. Slide under this branch, use crouch. Yeah. Pick up this branch, hit the monster on the head, use trigger or click mouse.
And you die, you have to restart and create your character again.
And then you just run past everybody that of your previous characters. It's D&D.
All of them turn into zombies and they all chase you after. Yeah.
They all turn into wraiths and just explode you internally.
Yes. Wonderful.
But yeah, like kind of doing something like that, and then like your drunkard father like sells you off to a Witcher or something, and then like it skips forward to like some Witcher training after you've gotten mutagens and stuff like that. And then
here's a cool idea: when you start creating your character, you get to choose an origin. Kind of like how they do in the Dragon Age like Origins game. You have like multiple origins that you get to choose.
Or even Cyberpunk.
Different. Or in Cyberpunk too.
It's the same thing, yeah.
To whether you just have a different origin and how you get to the new school.
Yeah, but like it has much more effect on like the gameplay than like Cyberpunk's did.
Yeah, then Cyberpunk having like one or two little dialogue options because I was a street kid.
A one mission that you can do.
Yeah,
this would have like
like
more stuff involved with it. Would be nice.
I've been playing a lot of Dragon Age recently, and like all the origin stories have a interconnecting story connection throughout the entire game.
Yeah.
Something like that. Get different connections, or different dialogue with different people,
or different abilities, like a different upgrade path because you had that origin, or stats tied to it, those kinds of things. Yeah. That'd be cool. Are there other characters that you would, if this is going to be, well, I guess in any case, if this is going to be a prequel, if this is going to be at the same time as, or if this is going to be after the other games, are there certain characters that you hope we get to see again that return?
Dandelion.
Yeah, Dandelion. Even if this is like,
I want this to be a sequel and Dandelion's like old as hell, like still trying to like grab Dandelion? After skirts and stuff. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Like he's a dirty old man. Oh no.
Yeah. Creepy old grandpa in a retirement center trying to grab the nurses' butts. Oh, Dandelion would be that guy. But I don't know if I want to see that in a video game.
Come here, sweetie. I'll sing you a tune. I was popular in my day.
Just man. Off key sings Toss a Coin to Your Witcher.
Toss a coin to your bard there, darling.
That would be weird.
I
feel like, I mean, obviously I'm on the sequel side of things, but I feel like in this situation, if they just go the simple route of like canonizing and ending and whatnot from Witcher 3, I feel like they're going, and I guess spoilers for a 7-year-old game, but going the route, because I don't think they would straight up kill off Geralt and Ciri. Like, I don't think that they would go that bad, but I think that the canon ending there would probably be like Ciri becoming Empress. So then, like, kind of Ciri's off being Empress, Geralt's still around, but like doing the Witcher thing solo, or he's gone off to wherever with whoever his love interest is at this point. So, and kind of something picking up off of that after that. But I feel like we'd see all the old characters just because they live so damn long that I don't think that they would be dead yet. Because I don't think it's going to be like super far in the future,
Yeah, that's an interesting idea. I mean, you do have all the political stuff too. Like, what about the tie-ins with the politics? Like, does Nilfgaard continue to take more land? Do they get pushed back by the northern kingdoms? What happens to the elves? There's a lot of other stuff that could develop. Like, even if this game takes place 20 years in the future from the end of The Witcher 3. Let's just say it's 20 more years in the future. Ciri is an established adult. Let's go with Toasty's theory here. She's the Empress. She's an established adult. What does the continent even look like at this point? She obviously has a heart for the elves, right? She has friends that are elves. She's probably changed a lot of what the Empire has done and how they rule things, but it probably also means that there are other people vying for power. Like, how would you write this into the story? Like, what is the new problem? Like, what new terrible things are happening?
I think that's part of the fun of not knowing yet.
Yeah.
I don't even want to start speculating yet.
I mean, but part of the fun is speculating, right? Like the idea that like, the second conjunction happens. Does that open up more monsters coming into the world? Has she commissioned as the Empress the formation of new Witcher schools in order to deal with that? Is she also now, is her life threatened by these new groups that are unhappy with the fact that she's been ruling in such a way that is so even-handed and so good to so many people that, like the aristocracy is now upset with her because, she's taken away their power. And so now you are a Witcher school who is being funded by Ciri, who is in connection with the School of the Wolf and old Geralt. And you are being tasked with maybe helping out and getting, looking into some things that are going on with people who are out to take her out or something, like what's going on with that? I just Crow?
Totally pictured that in my head. A Ciri and an old Geralt, as in like Geralt is the new Vesemir and they're running the school together. No, Ciri didn't gain power. She's not Empress or anything like that. No, she's at the Witcher school raising the new girls.
She might be.
I like it.
She might be. And what if, but here, okay, like that could be the thing. What if Yen and Ciri are able to figure out a way to create Witchers more safely and incorporate women into the Witcher program?
Oh, and Yen could be there to teach a little bit more sophisticated magic. So that way this new batch of Witchers could actually cast higher level spells than just signs. Maybe. Because a new mutagen was found. The new process that allows women to join allows magic to flourish a little bit more.
What if the women Witchers are better at magic than the men were?
Ooh. All right.
I mean, this could be like, what if this new school is Ciri's new school?
See, just because we mentioned it, and I didn't even think about with like what characters we want to see, if it's a prequel or sequel. If it's a prequel, I want there to at least be mention of Geralt, like going to some small town, depending on which ending that they canonize, but like going to some small town and sadly finding his gravestone, or like being able to talk to him while he's on the porch or something like that. But yeah, to go along with what you were also saying about it being Ciri's school, I mean, that'd be pretty cool. But yeah, because I know that Andrei Tarkovsky was just kind of like a boomer old man, and that's why he made Witchers all men. But I mean, if you thought about it scientifically, maybe since it was such a volatile mutagen like process, and they developed it using only male like physiology, that's why they never really like were able to transfer it over. But if they could find a way with the elder blood, kind of like in the Netflix series, to create a new mutagen, I feel like that's, I guess, somewhat of the way that they'd go. But I feel like it might be more of like Lambert and Kira Metz that would be involved more so than like Yennefer and Geralt.
Like the theory that Toasty talked about last week.
Oh yeah, school links thing. Yeah, I mean, we have precedent for female witchers already, like in the lore, and like it has been said that like the cat school has refined the mutagens enough that they can make female witchers more successfully, well, or just at all in general. So like, I mean, like Dragonfly is a female. So granted, there's only like, it's just like the one or two, but I think incorporating like the cat school, or at least the remnants of them, into things kind of gives a reason for like being able to play as like a female character without like breaking lore. I mean, I do think that, you know, it would have been better if it was just like a thing that was already like part of it. But I mean, now that it's like an established lore thing, having a reason for it, I think, and the cat school is just the reason.
What if it's just the cat school and the wolf school coming together to form a new school? What if it's the remnants of both schools, and whoever's left saying, okay, let's not take the name of either school so that neither school holds precedence, and forming a new school together, because both schools have been pretty much, you know, battered, and there's not very many of them left. And saying like, okay, let's come together, let's form a new school together, and let's use the knowledge of the mutagens from the cat school. Let's use like the information that the wolf school knows about the way, you know, the conjunction works, and the knowledge that they've gained in saving the world, and Ciri and Geralt and their expertise, and let's, you know, and Yen, and let's bring those two things together in order to create a new school of witchers who have an even greater ability to actually hold back the monsters. And let's start a new line of witchers that includes men and women, and this greater amount of knowledge that can now take on even more dangerous monsters that might be coming through this new conjunction. Sounds pretty cool to me. They'd have to come up with a new name. The Lynx School. Ben?
Yeah. So if it happens to be a sequel, the one character I would want to see is Eskel. If Eskel's not in there, and if he's there, he has to be the sword trainer taking over Vesemir's spot. Period.
Yeah. And why do you say that?
Well, at the end of Witcher 3, he even said that he was going to go back to he was going to stay at Kaer Morhen and keep up with it. And he was already kind of following in with Vesemir's footsteps to begin with, really. So, I mean, going forward, if it was a sequel, him becoming the sword trainer and sword master would make the most sense.
Yeah, gotcha. Cool. I mean, those are my thoughts on it. We're getting close to the end here. Let's just go back through and see if anybody has any other last thoughts. Anybody want to chime in?
One question.
Yeah.
Just hopefully you don't have to like really describe anything, but just, you know, we have to imagine new game, new monsters. If like one monster that's not already in the game that you want to see in this.
Anybody have any dream monsters to include? I mean, we've seen a lot of monsters in the games.
We have, but there's still more. You can always like come up with
any
more.
monster from anything ever.
I mean, Yeah, I mean, they can be inspired by other things. But we know they pull mostly from Slavic, but like, I mean, Baba Yaga wasn't in the games, but
yeah. Okay. So any monster from anything, like any potential monster.
Sasquatch.
Like a Yeti,
I wanna
like a
fight
Sasquatch, Bigfoot Yeti.
No,
type
not
monster?
a Yeti. Yetis are different than Sasquatches.
Oh, okay. All right. Got it.
And then it's going to end up like Red Dead Redemption, where you just mercilessly slaughter his whole family and everything.
No, that's so sad. Oh.
He's gonna be one of those bad choice. Like, do you slaughter Sasquatch and his family, or do you let him go?
It's gonna end it like the game too, where he begs you to kill him, and you can either just walk away or. That was such a mess.
Toasty said monsters we want to see, not monsters we want to kill.
That's fair.
You just said you wanted to hunt it.
I hope we do get some more fun stories with monsters that we actually end up like befriending, because that's always fun too.
Give me more rock trolls because they're adorable.
Funny little creatures that you end up like feeling sad for, so you become friends with them. Yeah, that kind of stuff.
I want to see more aquatic monsters.
Yeah?
Like something like Loch Ness inspired.
Oh, like big old dinosaur looking sea monsters. Would be cool. Oh.
What about Krakens or something like that?
Well,
like
we have that in Witcher 2.
Do it?
Mm-hmm. The first major monster you kill in The Witcher 2 is a giant Kraken.
I've got it downloaded, but I haven't played it yet.
It's been a long time
to get through.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's just been a long time since I played it. Man. All right. Any last thoughts before we head out? I know Mighty Talos and Joker, you guys haven't chimed in as much, but you're welcome to share any other last thoughts if you have anything you want to say. Joker?
I feel like if there would have been if it's a direct sequel, if any characters were to come back, Eska would probably be more likely. But I don't think I could buy Lambert being a part of the creation of any new school, given how bitter he is about being forced to be a Witcher himself. I just don't see how he could be a part of making any more ever.
Mm-hmm. How he kind of turns the page on that.
But one character I do want to see again is Saris, because she was like my favorite. I want her to, if we have to canonize Ciri being emperor, I want her to be in charge of Skellige and them to be like power duo or something.
Okay. I like that.
I mean, Kira Metz could always like bend Lambert's ear and like force him to.
I like how much of an asshole he is, though. I really do.
Yeah, she could like, there could be a justification of like, well, I'll pay you. Like,
I mean, he might not be happy about it, but it could be because of the conjunction and like
there's also if it's a sequel, how much time passes and how long they've been together. So you can put that in perspective of him like kind of like realizing, oh, this was my life to be, kind of like a realization on his like journey with Kara. And then, oh, hey, we should probably make a new school.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Possibly.
I mean, it's a mage. You'd have a mage to like do things. I mean, like you kind of need the mage there in order to like continue making Witchers. And I mean, she's obviously very talented as long as Lambert keeps the rats away.
So I had one last thought about it as well. Just the game in general, because I'm thinking of the conjunction. What if not all the kingdoms are still there, depending on how much time has passed?
Oh, sure. Yeah, all of that stuff could change.
Well, I was meaning like maybe they got destroyed by some of the new monsters just running all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah. Or political upheaval, or any of that stuff could change. Absolutely.
You basically become damage control.
Yeah. Potentially. I mean, a lot of that stuff, that's part of why I raised that question. Like a lot of that stuff could change. Absolutely. Mighty Talos, do you have any other final thoughts?
Yeah. The most important thing for me, I think, they need to keep the minigame Gwent in it.
That's a really good point.
I mean, it was a good minigame, inside a game. Just wanted to keep it.
Yeah.
Can we have the option to skip it, though? I'm actually terrible at Gwent.
Like the one Witcher that doesn't want to play it.
Oh, awful. I'm terrible. I don't have the patience for it at all.
Well, that's some fun stuff. Guys, we got to wrap this up because we got the Mass Effect Lorecast coming up next. And we're going to go back through, and you guys are welcome to share anything that you're doing or ways people can reach out. So why don't we go back through, starting with Ben? Ben, you got anything cool going on you want to share?
Oh, yeah, I have a lot of cool things going on. So, I mean, you can always reach me at every Twitter, Twitch, and on the Discord at Ben of Temeria. This Friday will be the first where we're starting to record this, but I am starting my own podcast with Teacup 92 from the Dragon Age and Assassin's Creed Lorecast. We are going to go over Star Wars stuff. So that's going to be awesome. We're going to share the differences and similarities between the legends and the current canon of Disney. So that's going to be awesome.
Yeah,
super
man.
Excited for that.
Yeah, that's super exciting. So yeah, they're part of the Robots Radio Rocket Club, starting out a new podcast. So stay tuned for more info about that. That's exciting, Ben. Fun stuff, man. You'll be able to find information for them on the Robots Radio Discord. We'll be sharing their links and stuff on Twitter accounts and all that stuff. So stay tuned for that stuff. Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us again, Ben. And Crow, you got anything cool going on?
Well, this week, hopefully, sometimes I still need to get it scheduled, but wish me luck because I'm taking my FAA written to get my instrument rating on my pilot's license.
Well, good luck.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. But and besides that, I don't really use social media, but I am on the Discord as Crow of Villain. Anybody ever want to reach out and chat?
Awesome. Well, good luck with that. Thanks for joining us. Genesis, I know you've got your show going on.
I do. I'm Genesis, one half of the Two Girls, One Ship podcast, where we analyze, rate, and review all that the world of video game romances has to offer. Right now, we're covering Mass Effect 2 characters, but I think our next big game is going to be Fallout 4. So that should be interesting. No, I'm sorry. It's not Fallout. It's Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk is up next.
That's cool, too. So. Awesome. Yeah, go check out the show. There's lots of good content there as well. And then Joker.
Who you doing first?
And what?
Gotta know. Who you doing first?
Who are you talking about first on Cyberpunk?
When we get to Judy, I will ask for an interview, Toasty.
Okay, cool. I'm happy.
Make sure you mention the side mission where you're joyriding in the tank with
oh gosh
Oh, the tank will be covered, but not on this show, not tonight.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, they always talk about the boning on that show.
Those
they always talk about it.
The dirty girls.
Yeah,
all right,
play the clip.
That's why I thought you meant bed stuff on that. That's because of that show. Not anyway. Thanks for joining us, Jen. And then we've got Joker. Shut up, Joker. Thank you for joining us again. You got anything cool going on, or ways people can reach out?
No, I don't have anything cool going on ever. But I'm Shut Up Joker across all media platforms. In case you wanted to talk.
But that makes you even more interesting. People are like, oh,
I'm not interesting, I promise.
See, you're just even more mysterious now. It's all a ploy. But thank you for joining us. And then we have Mighty Talos. Mighty Talos, good to have you on, buddy. Thanks for being here. Anything cool going on?
Pleasure is mine. No, I'm very busy in my life. Actually, at the moment, I don't have anything much to say. I'm kind of new, so yeah.
All right. Well, cool, man.
It is what it is.
Well, thanks for joining us. And then that's me and Toasty as well. And Toasty, you want to say anything else?
I want to say anything else?
You got anything? Yeah, got anything going on, Toasty?
Just follow us on Twitter at Lorecast. And I guess If you want me to, or if you want to hear me gushing about Judy, then look out for Genesis's episode coming up in the future.
Nice.
As she chugs a can of something.
Right. Cool, man. All right. Well, you know where to get all of our shows, all the Robots Radio shows at robotsradio.net, with links to everything going on over there, and all of my shows, all the different Lorecasts I do, including the Lord of the Rings Lorecast, which just released our 5th episode. That stuff's out right now. We're talking about the coming of the elves and a bunch of other cool shows that you can check out, all at robotsradio.net. And we'll be back next week when Toasty and I are going to cover some more of the lore of the world of The Witcher. So join us then. And until then, Toasty,
stay safe on the path.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody. And stay tuned for Mass Effect Lorecast. If you're in the live chat, we'll be starting that up in just a few minutes. See you next time. Bye, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to the Witcher Lorecast. We'd love to hear about your experiences with the games and the books and the TV series and all your thoughts on everything. Please check out the Robots Radio Discord and follow us on Twitter at Witcher Lorecast.
You've been listening to a Robots Radio podcast. Smart shows for interesting people. Check out all the shows at robotsradio.net.